Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air presents Hendricks County Basketball on 98.9 FM WYRZ. We'd like to thank our underwriters for Hendricks County Basketball. That's Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air, the Kevin Kersey Agency, Propane Incorporated, Ivy Tech, and Speed Bay State Farm Insurance. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to high school basketball on 98.9 FM WYRZ. My name is Brian Scott. Be calling all the action for you tonight as the Avon Orioles are on the road tonight. They will be taking on the Royals of Hamilton Southeastern in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference tip-off for both of these basketball teams. Avon already off to a very good 2-0 start on the season. You heard them open up their season last week right here on 98.9 FM WYRZ after they defeated Plainfield by the score of 80-69. They got 34 points from senior guard Andrew Short, 15 from Dalen Willis-Sharpe, and 14 points from Gavin Collier as head coach Jason Young's three-guard offense played very, very well against the big men against Plainfield. And then Avon went on the road during the Thanksgiving holiday to Mooresville, where they defeated the Pioneers by the score of 52-42. Gavin Collier led all Orioles scorers with 16 points. Evan Loudon had 14 points. Andrew Short had 9, 7 of those coming from the free throw line. But tonight they are going to be facing a very, very talented and a very, very deep Hamilton Southeastern squad. The Royals come in 1-0. They went on the road and defeated Muncie Central in their opener 97-61. The Royals, of course, led by senior guard Zach Gunn. Gunn finished with 24 points on the night, as he also had a double-double with 12 rebounds, and it was a very, very good, 25 points, 12 rebounds. He also had 5 assists in that contest. Aaron Etherington had 12 points, and senior Jack Davidson, the guard, had 16 points. This is a very deep, very talented Hamilton Southeastern team, and while a lot of eyes are going to be on, of course, Zach Gunn, who seemingly has been with head coach Brian Satterfield forever and a day, the senior who is uncommitted is still a blue-chip prospect, and that is something that the Orioles and head coach Jason Young, they are going to have to be aware of where the big man is at all times. Of course, a lot of excitement here in Hamilton Southeastern. We'll see if we see him in tonight's contest. Hamilton Southeastern has a freshman who is 7 feet 1 inches tall. He hails from the Sudan. His name is Mabor Majak. He has a lot of people excited, but as head coach Brian Satterfield told me, he's still getting his legs under him. He's still learning how to play the game. He at times has shown a pretty good touch, and at 7'1" for a young man of his age, he, of course, really tall, rather spindly, needs to put some weight on him, but he's already showing some promise. He's been playing in the JV games, and many think it'll be just a matter of time before we see the big 7'1" center starting for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. But tonight, he will likely come off the bench, as again, this is a very, very deep Hamilton Southeastern squad. And when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for tonight's game. This is the Westside Plumbing presentation of Hendricks County Basketball on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air offers residential heating and air conditioning maintenance, repair, and replacement, and serve all of Hendricks County and West Indianapolis. Their phone number is 317-445-8399. More information can be found at westsideplumbing.net and their Facebook page by searching for Westside Plumbing.
This Sunday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., WYRZ will be broadcasting live from the 5th Annual Everyday Superheroes Cook-Off at the Hendricks County Fairgrounds. If you can't see us there in person, you can hear us live on the air on 98.9 FM or WYRZ.org. Underwriters for this live remote are the Kevin Kersey Farmers Agency in Brownsburg and David Dan's Carpenter Realty in Avon.
This week on the 70s Dance Party with Nicole, I'll bring you hits from Marvin Gaye, Andy Gibb, and Tavares, to name a few. Requests are always welcome via email at 70sdanceparty989@gmail.com. I play a variety of disco, funk, soul, and more from the 70s that you can dance to every Saturday night at 7 o'clock, right here on Solid Gold 98.9 FM, WYRZ.
Welcome back to Hamilton Southeastern High School as Westside Plumbing presents Hendricks County Basketball on 98.9 FM WYRZ. I'm Brian Scott. I'm joined tonight by my broadcast partner, Lee Brees. Lee, we saw these Avon Orioles last week against the Plainfield Quakers. Plainfield with a rather big front line, but it was the guard play for the Avon Orioles that really stood out, especially Andrew Short, Gavin Collier, and Evan Loudon. Loudon had a little bit of foul trouble, but between Collier and Short, they really didn't miss him any, and it was really the 50-50 balls, the hustle, and very good guard play for Avon that made the difference for Coach Jason Young, not only last Wednesday against Plainfield, but against Mooresville as well.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how basketball's changed over the last few decades, and now guard play has become more featured, especially in high school basketball, as bigs also become a little bit more rare. So even though Plainfield, they had a unique challenge there with trying to challenge on the bigs, I feel like a lot of the contests the rest of the season for the Avon Orioles are going to really challenge them in terms of guard play. They're going to come up teams that are quick, that are fast just like them, a lot of guys who can grab loose balls, who get the ball up and down the court, coast to coast. I'd love to see this one tonight because it features not only Avon Orioles guards, but also the Hamilton Southeastern Royals guards. So it should be an interesting contest tonight, and I'm excited to see how it's going to go.
This should be an interesting ball game. Hamilton Southeastern does a very good job shooting the ball. They have very strong guard play, but before we talk about that, let's have tonight's national anthem.
Especially those who gave their lives for our country. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
That is our national anthem here at Hamilton Southeastern High School as we get ready for basketball tonight as Westside Plumbing presents Hendricks County High School basketball on 98.9 FM WYRZ. I'm Brian Scott, and I'm joined by Lee Brees tonight. For Avon, we told you about their play last week, especially against the bigs of Plainfield. But tonight, they're going to be facing a very, very good shooting team in the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. They are led by leading scorer Zach Gunn. The Royals have excellent three-point shooters all around the court, and they don't turn the ball over very much. As Lee mentioned, this should be a very interesting game as far as the guard play goes. Both teams have an ability to get the ball down in the middle into the centers, but normally this is going to be a lot about guard play. We saw Avon do an excellent job against Plainfield, especially with many of the 50-50 balls. A lot of hustle points. They're going to really need that tonight, and they're really going to have to man up and body up on these Hamilton Southeastern shooters. Let's give you the particulars for tonight's game as the Southeastern Royals make their appearance on the court. It is the home opener for Southeastern. They won their season opener last week against what was considered a very good Muncie Central team. They beat Muncie Central 97-61. The head coach is Brian Satterfield in his 16th season at the helm of the Royals. an outstanding record of 240 and 111 in those 16 years. And we'll give you the starting lineup for Southeastern tonight. They will start a three-guard lineup. Starting at a guard is the 6-foot senior Jack Davidson. The other guard, a 6'1 senior Connor Rotterman. The third guard is showing a 6'1 sophomore Noah Smith. At forward, a 6'6 sophomore Aaron Etherington. And the big man, 6'7" senior Zach Gunn. The Orioles are going to have to do a very good job against Gunn if they want a chance to win here tonight. For the Avon Orioles, the head coach is Jason Young in his 13th year at the helm of Avon, 133 and 135 in those 13 years, and a record of 185 and 195 in 16 years overall. He will start a three-guard lineup. Starting at a guard is a 5'8 senior and the man that pretty much runs this show for Coach Jason Young and Drew Short. The other guard is 6'1 senior Evan Loudon. The third guard is sharpshooter, a 6'4 senior Gavin Collier. At forward is 6'4 junior Zion Davis, and the other forward is a 6'6 sophomore Zach Reinhardt. So once again, for Jason Young and the backcourt, it'll be Short, Loudon, and Collier, and up front, Davis and Reinhardt. That's the starting lineup for the Avon Orioles. Hamilton Southeastern probably just on the outside looking in of the top 20. Currently, as far as the Sagarin ratings are concerned, Hamilton Southeastern ranked 33rd in Class 4A. Avon is ranked 54th. This series over the last 30 years has been decidedly for Hamilton Southeastern. They are 12-4, including a narrow 62-60 win in Avon last December. So we're getting ready for some high school hoops. Lee, it's the first Friday in November. The cold weather has arrived, and that means the hot hoops are here as well.
Yeah, it's nice to be in a warm gym tonight. Definitely a comfortable place. I love coming up to Hamilton Southeastern. Love to play in this gym. I played in here as a player. Definitely, it's a closer environment, more tight. It's going to get loud. Not much sound is absorbed. Crowd's going to be a huge factor in this game, and whatever team can maintain focus, be able to communicate efficiently and effectively, is going to come out on top in this game.
Again, it is the home opener for Hamilton Southeastern. This is also the Hoosier Crossroads Conference opener for both teams. In fact, most of the HCC schools are in action tonight. We'll let you know who's playing where at the break as we get ready for basketball. So once again, for Jason Young, the starters in the backcourt will be Andrew Short, Evan Loudon, and Gavin Collier. Up front, Zach Reinhardt and Zion Davis. And for the Royals, Jack Davidson, Connor Rotterman, and Noah Smith will start in the backcourt. Aaron Etherington and Zach Gunn up front. As we get ready for some basketball here, as they are now getting the starting lineups. Hamilton Southeastern, always a big crowd, always a big student section. One of the schools that every school that comes in here to play Hamilton Southeastern in just about any sport, you can guarantee they are going to be have a very loud student section here. Avon Orioles are dressed in the road yellows, the road gold uniforms with the black numerals. And the Hamilton Southeastern Royals, they are in the home whites, the blue numerals, and blue trim as these teams begin to get ready for some high school basketball on a Friday night. Glad you could join us here on 98.9 FM WYRZ. And once again, we'd like to thank Westside Plumbing for bringing you high school basketball all season long. It's going to be a fun weekend here on 98.9 FM WYRZ. High school basketball tonight. And then we're going to have some great Christmas music coming up tomorrow as we have a full day of Christmas music. And then on Sunday, we will be out at the Hendricks County 4-H Fairgrounds. So we'll be hearing about more of that as we go through the night. Again, this is going to be a game if you are a Hamilton Southeastern fan who's tuned in tonight. This Avon Oriole team, very good at the guards. That is probably going to be one of their better matchups as far as guard plays, having to play against some very good guards against Avon. But I'm not sure that Avon has anybody that can really match up with the talented senior forward Zach Gunn for Southeastern. It'll be Zach Gunn jumping center against Zach Reinhardt as we get ready for basketball. Pull up a chair. Thanks for joining us as Westside Plumbing presents Hendricks County Basketball in WYRZ. Crowd still kind of shuffling in. The JV game ended about 20 minutes ago, and it was the Royal JV squad winning that contest. Again, this is a very, very deep squad for head coach Brian Satterfield. And he's got quite a few seniors, even though he is starting 2 sophomores in tonight's game. It is very senior-laden, and he's got some talented players on that JV squad as well. So things really, after one bad year 2 years ago for Coach Brian Satterfield, his first losing season ever, things have turned around rather quickly. We're ready to tip this one up as it will be Gunn and Reinhardt jumping center. Ball's up. It's controlled by Hamilton Southeastern. They will move right to left as we begin this basketball game, and we will see the Orioles immediately go into a 2-3 zone. Barry will give the ball, and as they tried to drive with Zach Reinhardt, he loses the basketball, and the first turnover of the game belongs to Hamilton Southeastern. Avon with the basketball. This is Evan Loudon looking at a man-to-man defense. They kick it out. This is Andrew Short. He had a great game against Plainfield. He lays it off. Baseline moved. Evan Loudon shot no good. And the Royals come away with the rebound. This is Zach Gunn. He drives, kicks it out right side. Driving is Jack Davidson. And now the Royals will swing it around from the right wing. Shot no good by Connor Rotterman. And as the rebound came down into the hands of Noah Barry, steps on the baseline, it's turnover.
You know, right idea that time. Definitely good, excellent ball movement by the HSC Royals offense. Just move the ball a little quicker, but that shot will be a little more open next time.
No score as we are played 1 minute of basketball here from Hamilton Southeastern. Evan Loudon drives, and we'll have a whistle. We'll wave off the basket, and they'll say that the foul occurred on the floor. So the foul will go against Hamilton Southeastern. I believe it's going to go against Jack Davidson. That's his first team foul against Southeastern, and Avon will inbound from the baseline as Short throws it in to Loudon, who has to go high for it, and they'll swing it around the left side into the hands. And the ball will be turned over. So another turnover, and this was something that we figured Avon definitely was going to have to watch, because this is normally a very good shooting Hamilton Southeastern team, and they take care of the ball very well. They're looking again at Avon's 2-3 zone. Here's Zach Gunn from the free throw line, gets the contact, doesn't get the bucket, but he will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, good move that time. Just found an open shot, tried to take it a little under control there. He probably would have had a better shot had he kind of stopped, had a jump stop and kind of got into his shot a little better.
Free throw is up. It is good. And the second one, that rattles around and it drops. So a pair of free throws, and that's the first points in this game, as now Southeastern employs a 2-2-1 press. And the press causes a turnover, 3-on-1. They send it to Davidson. Davidson sends it out to Gunn. Gunn at the free throw line to Barry, back to Davidson, and Davidson with a nice move. Good ball movement.
Good ball movement that time. Way to break. That's how you break a zone defense.
And here's the press again with Zach Gunn getting the turnover to Barry, back to Gunn. Gunn tries to throw it up, but he's going to get fouled and will earn, again, another trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, Avon's got to slow down, find their groove against this press. HSC's not doing anything great besides moving their feet and just getting in passing lanes. Avon just got to get to a jump stop and look before they pass. Right now they're just throwing it across the court.
Zach Gunn hits the free throw. He's now 3 of 3 from the free throw line, as Avon now leads 5-0 with 6:04 left to go in this opening quarter. Second free throw is up, and Gunn has hit all 4 free throws he's attempted. And it's a 6-0 lead, and once again, the 2-2-1 press being implied by Southeastern. Avon gets it to Loudon, who loses the basketball, gets it back, now tries to get it into the hands of Gavin Collier and throws it away. So this press causing all sorts of problems for Avon, and that's going to cause Jason Young to call a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, that was just kind of one of those situations where the players just kind of didn't understand and have enough awareness of what was going on the floor. Good timeout by Orioles coach to try and write out a play for these guys to break this press. Because right now, at this rate, HSE is going to finish the night well above Avon Orioles in terms of scoring. The Orioles are in that time span weren't able to get on their side of the court and be able to score. So hopefully after this timeout, the Orioles will come out with a much better thought process of how to break this press.
Press has been a problem here for Avon, and we showed back against Plainfield, they did a fairly good job when Plainfield tried to press, but they are having problems here with Avon in this 2-2-1 press, which is something that Hamilton Southeastern will do for a good part of this basketball game. Orioles stay in this 2-3 zone, trying to keep the shooters out. Here is Zach Gunn, 4-3. He nails it from the right wing. Gunn hits the three. It's a 9-0 run to begin the ball game as Loudon backs it back out. As here's a three, long range from Short, no good. Southeastern with a rebound. Barry's outlet is stolen by Short. He brings it back the other way for Avon. He'll drive in the lane, kick it left side. Shot no good by Zach Reinhardt. And the ball still loose. And finally Southeastern gets it. They get it to Davidson. Davidson goes up. And he's going to be whistled and foul, and some rather sloppy ball handling right now on both sides. But it's the Royals with a 9-0 lead, and Davidson at the free throw line.
Again, not a great press, not a great defense, just like you said, Brian, sloppy ball handling, not being aware of where you are on the floor on both sides that time.
Davidson will hit the free throw as his first free throw attempt. The foul was on Gavin Collier, and that is his second personal. It is the 13th foul against Avon. And into the lineup now, Doherty comes in as Davidson hits both free throws. He has 4 points, and the Royals start this game on an 11-0 run as we have played nearly 3 minutes in this first quarter. Here is Andrew Short, free throw jumper, no good. Rebounded by Avon. They lose it, but now get the basketball back. They'll send it out. This is Doherty out on the wing, and he will back it up and go between the circles, goes right side and hands it to Evan Loudon. 4:46 left to go first quarter, 11-0. Royals with the lead, the Orioles with the basketball. Short, they get it down low. Nice move as they find a cutting Zion Davis going baseline, and the Orioles are finally on the scoreboard.
That's what the Orioles have to do the rest of the night. Just get past half court, set up in an offense, and just run it until you get an open basket.
Here's Zach Gunn between the circles, cuts left side to Davidson. They're trying to get Etherington posting up. Here's a three from Rotterman at the top of the key. It's no good. And Avon comes down with the rebound, moving left to right. This is Loudon. Drives the left side of the lane. Has it blocked by Zach Gunn, practically stolen out of his hands. And Gunn brings it into the front court. They'll sing it left side to Davidson, who gets around a Rotterman screen. Davidson gives it to Rotterman, drives baseline, and gets the nice little finger roll.
That was too easy, too easy.
Actually, credit the basket to Aaron Etherington. It was Etherington on the move, but it was an easy basket as we go the other way, and that's Andrew Short getting his first point of the night on an easy cut to the basket.
Again, too easy.
13-4. Here's Noah Berry, wraparound layup. That's no good. Coming down with a rebound is Zion Davis for Avon. He'll get it to Short. Short down the lane, left side, and nobody to throw the basketball to. He was looking for Joe Doherty to go to the corner and set up for a long-range three, but Doherty had stopped at the wing, and that ball goes out of bounds.
That would have been sweet, but again, awareness of where you are on the court.
13-4, Southeastern with the lead, 3:26 left to go in this first quarter of play. With the ball is Rotterman. Rotterman between the circles, picks up his dribble. Now he'll go left side to Aaron Etherington. Etherington, he feeds down to Gunn. A little long, the entry pass, and now the tip back is stolen by Avon. Here's Evan Loudon with the basketball. He's going to be picked up by Noah Berry as he retreats to near the timeline in front of the scorer's table. Right-hand dribble in the lane, kicks it out right side, and an offensive foul. Player control foul is going to be called against Evan Loudon.
Loudon is such a great player, but there's times where he rushes himself. He doesn't look up when he shoots, doesn't look when he passes. And those are the times where he gets called for an offensive foul or he gets a turnover.
For Loudon, that's his second personal foul, fourth team foul. Meanwhile, Southeastern with only one team foul in this first quarter, which has 245 left to go. Here's a shot by Rotterman. Nice little 8-footer from the baseline is up and good. And Rotterman has his first points. Short lays it down. This is Doherty. Back to Short. Short's little right-hand floater, no good. Royals with a rebound. They move right to left. They'll get it into the corner to Davidson. Davidson finds his way to the cup. Nobody really stopped the basketball, and the Orioles are forced to foul to make Davidson earn him from the free throw line.
The Orioles played defense with their hands that time. That guy, he reached his arms out, and then he went back to where he was. You got to move your feet if you want to stop the guy from driving to the basket.
Foul was against Kyle Blanc, his first, as Davidson at the line for 2, and he misses the first. We'll get you the lineups as we've had some substitutions here. Second free throw from Davidson is good. He has 5 points. It's a 16-4 lead. Out on the court right now for Hamilton Southeastern is Aaron Schenk, Zach Gunn, Connor Rotterman, Austin Holtzum, and Jack Hebiger as the Royals back to that 2-2-1 press. Avon gets it into the front court. Driving with the basketball right now is Dalen Willis-Sharpe. He sends it out to the right side, and the 3-ball is up and good by Kyle Blanc. It makes it a 8-point lead, or 9-point lead. The shot no good by Gunn. 3-ball sent back out, and hitting it is Connor Rotterman off of the offensive rebound. That 3-ball makes it back to a 12-point advantage with a minute 42 left to go. First quarter. Both teams trying to get it up and down the court quickly, as Blanc will leave this one off for Doherty. Doherty guarded by Rotterman. His jumper from the left elbow, no good. Gunn with a rebound. He will send it up to Jack Hebiger over to the right side. Holzman's shot no good. Orioles with a rebound. Short doesn't have the numbers, but he'll go 1-on-2 and get the layup.
See, that time Short shot it high off the glass. That's how you make a shot when you make it.
4 points for Andrew Short. A 10-point lead for Southeastern with a minute 5 left to go in this opening quarter of play. They'll feed down low to Gunn, but it's poked away by Willis-Sharpe. Here's Andrew Short, 1-on-1. And as he tried to make a move down the right side of the lane, he's going to hit the deck, and he'll have the foul called against Hamilton Southeastern.
Just too bad that time. Sometimes you get unlucky like that.
Aaron Schenk is called for the personal for Hamilton Southeastern. Only their second team foul here. Zach Gunn is going to take a breather for head coach Brian Satterfield as Andrew Short takes the inbound pass. He will try to make an entry pass. It's knocked away. Ooh. Here's an outlet. Connor Rotterman, and a good job getting back defensively was Joe Doherty. Rotterman, the pass he had to kind of wait for, and that allowed Doherty to come back and make a nice play. But it will be Southeastern ball out of bounds from the baseline.
Excellent hustle by Doherty that time. Good job.
Rotterman throws it away. He was trying to get it into the hands of Chaz Birchfield. Birchfield wasn't expecting it. Now Avon has the ball with under 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter, trailing by 10. Willis-Sharpe from the left elbow, shot no good. Rebounded by Hebiger, and Hebiger will bring it into the front court. He will find all alone underneath the basket Chaz Birchfield as the defense loses track of the junior, and it's now a 21-9 advantage with 19 seconds remaining. It looks like head coach Jason Young wants the Orioles to play for the final shot of the quarter. Here's Short, almost loses it. We're down to 10 seconds remaining. Gets a screen, but good help from Birchfield. Birchfield falls. Here's Short. He's going to be fouled from behind, as I'm not sure if Short was trying for the shot or trying to hit Zach Reinhardt cutting baseline.
Well, that was a good choice by Short that time. He had good awareness, too. The student section's right in front of his face, trying to mess him up as far as the clock's concerned. Just good awareness that time. Short is definitely demonstrating his maturity as a varsity squad member tonight.
It'll be Austin Holson called for the personal foul as they try to get the ball in. 2 seconds. 3-ball from Willis-Sharpe on the way off the side of the rim. And that is the end of the first quarter of play. Hamilton Southeastern, they are out in front against Avon after 8 minutes, 21-9. We'll be back with more. This is Westside Plumbing's presentation of Hendricks County High School basketball on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Ivy Tech Community College is a supporter of WYRZ Sports Broadcast. Ivy Tech offers an associate's degree, or students can transfer to a four-year school and earn a bachelor's degree. You have choices. More information can be found at ivytech.edu or at 888-IVY-LINE.
This Saturday at 10 a.m., it's the 100 Greatest Christmas Songs of All Time, hosted by game show legend Wink Martindale and presented by Changes Home Care in Avon.
Here you'll find music, magic, and memories. A lifetime of Yuletide treasures gathered in one big evergreen special for the very first time. You'll hear the stories behind the songs, plus holiday greetings from nearly 160 stars. From Madonna to Fleetwood Mac, Mariah Carey to the Bee Gees, Elvis to all the Beatles, plus
Steve Miller,
Anne Murray,
Eddie Money,
Gloria Estefan,
Tony Bennett,
Michael Bolton,
Pee Wee Herman,
and many, many more. I'm Wink Martindale, ready to present the 100 greatest Christmas hits of all time.
That's this Saturday, starting at 10 a.m., presented by Changes Home Care in Avon. It's the 100 Greatest Christmas Hits of All Time, hosted by game show legend Wink Martindale. And it's only right here on 98.9 FM WYRZ.
Back at Hamilton Southeastern High School, second quarter underway. Avon with the basketball, and we'll have a drive to the cup that will be whistled as the foul will be called against Southeastern. It'll go against Zach Muchner, who's now into the contest for Southeastern. That's his first 14th foul. Alongside Lee Brees, I'm Brian Scott. Welcome to Westside Plumbing's presentation of high school basketball on WYRZ. And we're going to have a jump ball called, as neither official saw who the ball went off of. Andrew Short chased Austin Holson back into the backcourt area, and the official didn't see who it went off with, and nobody could tell, so they'll call a held ball, and the ball belongs to Hamilton Southeastern. They inbound the ball into Birchfield. He loses it. Short comes away with it for Avon. He'll take it himself, leave it off the glass. Shot no good. Following it is
good tip.
Zach Reinhardt, and he'll get the bucket.
Good tip that time. That's how you come back. It's a second chance point. That's what Avon needs tonight. They want to stay in this game.
Reinhardt with his first points of the night, and it's a 21-11 lead for Southeastern. We'll get the lineups in a second. Meanwhile, here's Muchner. His baseline 18-footer is no good. Avon comes away with a rebound. The yellow-clad Orioles moving left to right. Willis-Sharpe in the lane and a little out of control, but he's going to get bailed out. His foul is going to be called against Southeastern.
Yeah, good move that time. You know, the Royals, with the lineup they have out there right now, not seem to be pressing, not seem to be moving as fast, not seem to be hustling as hard as they were when they came out that opening quarter. Now is the time the Orioles can really try to get back into this game. Down by 10, time to go on a big run right now.
Dalen Willis-Sharpe at the line misses the first free throw. Substitutions is Zach Gunn, Jack Davidson, and Noah Berry return to the lineup for head coach Brian Satterfield and Hamilton Southeastern. And
yeah, as soon as I say that.
Yeah, and then you're going to have Evan Loudon return to the lineup, as well as Gavin Collier. I want to remind you, you're listening to 98.9 FM WYRZ LP in Brownsburg. Dalen Willis-Sharpe, second free throw. That one's good. He has his first points. And it's down to a single-digit deficit, 21-12. 6:55 left to go the first half. And a palming violation as Noah Berry got it into the front court. He was closely guarded by Dalen Willis-Sharpe. He got caught for carrying. So a turnover gives the ball back to Avon, who has got it to within 9. As they will have Dalen Willis-Sharpe, Evan Loudon, Gavin Collier, Nathan Berner now into the lineup as well, and now we have a traveling violation as Dalen Willis-Sharpe tried to make a move, shovel to feet.
Just got to be prepared to make moves on the court.
Leaving the contest is Chaz Birchfield for Hamilton Southeastern. He's replaced by Aaron Etherington. 21-12, that's our score. 6:38 left to go in the first half. Alongside Lee Brees, I'm Brian Scott. Glad you could join us for high school basketball on 98.9 FM WYRZ as Etherington gives it right side. Noah Barry, he just left the defender as the defender overcommitted. That was Dalen Willis-Sharpe, and Barry gets the easy bucket.
Any good basketball player knows as soon as that defender puts their foot on the three-point line, your job is to see how quick you can get to the basket when you have the ball.
That pushes the lead back to double digits at 11 at 23-12 with 6:07 left to go first half. Evan Loudon ball fake, but shuffled the feet, which is just a common problem nowadays. You see in a lot of high school games. You want to give that ball fake, you want to give that head fake, but you got to remember to keep your feet underneath and get the ball down on the court.
Yeah, arguably there were two travels on that time. I saw Willis-Sharpe over there. It's just when you carry that ball across your body without making a dribble, that's really when it's obvious that you're making a travel.
They get the entry pass from Etherington to Zach Gunn, and Gunn flushes it with two hands, and it's 25-12. Coming back the other way, Dalen Willis-Sharpe's three is no good. Royals get the rebound. Noah Barry gives it off, and laying it up and in is Zach Muchner, his first bucket.
Just a good play that time, good move.
27-12 is our score. Loudon shot no good. Gunn with a rebound. Long outlet pass, and all alone is Aaron Etherington. His two-handed flush is going to cause Jason Young to call a timeout for Avon as he's watched the Orioles get down to the court one and done, and then simply have Hamilton Southeastern race them to the other end and get the easy bucket. It is a full timeout. We will take a timeout as well. 5:20 left to go in this first half. Southeastern leads Avon 29-12. This is Westside's Plumbing's presentation of Hendricks County High School basketball on 98.9 WYRZ.
Kurt David checking in, and join me after the game tonight for Taking You Back, playing the best of the 80s, right here on 98.9 FM, WYRZ.
More flashback party sounds and your radio sure feels better. It's party time. All oldies.
It's a question we ask every year about this time. Where has this year gone? But before we slide into the new year, we're going to recognize those artists who have a birthday in the month of December. That's this week on the Flashback Party.
Flashback Party with Bob Jenkins, underwritten by Brooknell Village in Avon, right here on WYRZ.
Back at Hamilton Southeastern High School, the Avon Orioles trail the Royals 29-12 alongside Lee Brees on Brian Scott. 5:15 left to go first half. And the Orioles have the basketball after a timeout called by head coach Jason Young after that two-handed flush. As Andrew Short, he goes to the lane. He's looking for a foul. He pretty much got planted as he ran right into Aaron Etherington. That had ended up causing Short to throw the basketball away. No whistle, and the Royals have the basketball.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Young told him in that timeout, but that time I saw a rush and I saw a hustled Avon offense. Nothing, just everything was forced. Guys were sprinting across the court. You need that kind of hustle, but that time it was just not enough control with the ball.
Gunn trying to kick it back out to Jack Davidson. It goes off the hands of Loudon, and Southeastern will retain control of the basketball. Aaron Etherington will depart. He'll be replaced in the lineup, as coming in will be Connor Rotterman. And we also now see Kyle Blanc back in for head coach Jason Young. 29-12, Royals with the basketball and the lead. 4:40 left to go first half. Like lob into the entry to Gunn. Gunn lost it for a second but was able to regain it and get the easy bucket. 11 points for Gunn, and it's a 31-12 lead after Avon had it down to 9 just a few minutes ago. Blanc leaves it. Long-range three by Collier. Too strong off the back iron. Rebound brought down by Evan Loudon. Loudon puts it in. Zion Davis with the bucket as he got the rebound. He now has 4 points for Avon, 31-14 as we approach the midway point of the second quarter. Driving in the lane. Rotterman with a nice little left-handed flip.
Just an incredible move. You know, it's not so much the way the Avon Orioles are playing, it's just this lineup, the starting lineup that the Royals are keeping in right now. Avon just can't match up with them well.
7 points for Connor Rotterman. The lead's up to 19 at 33-14. Loudon with the basketball, sends it left side. Collier's three from the corner. That's no good. Rebound high off the rim and brought down by Roderman. He's hit by Short. Short has the basketball. His pull-up 8-footer is no good. Gunn tries to get the rebound, and finally, Aaron Etherington, he squeezes the orange, and we'll have a whistle of out against Avon.
Arguably, it was a foul. It was a reach, but it was incidental. Collier tried to bring his arm down that time after trying to get the rebound, and it just ended up smacking the ball that time. Sometimes those things happen, just unlucky that time for the Avon Orioles.
More importantly for head coach Jason Young, that is one of his better scores, third personal foul, as Gavin Collier is going to have to go to the bench with 3:23 left to go in this second quarter, and Avon trailing by 19, excuse me. Meanwhile, Southeastern has the basketball. Davidson in the near corner. They try to feed Gunn. The high lob pass, he gets the basket. Gets the pass, gets the bucket, and now Zach Gunn has 13 points on some easy post-up moves and easy baskets for the senior. Here's Short. He's cut off by Connor Roderman, and now he'll have to back it up near the center jump circle. Goes right side. This is Blanc, hands the ball off. Into the game is Joe Doherty. Here's Short. He drives in the lane. And they'll see what they call here. If they're giving it's against Zach Gunn. It is a 16 foul, and I guess they want to see, is this a shooting foul or not? Or is the basket good?
I heard him blow the whistle, then I heard him say 2 shots. But even, the ball went in, so that's kind of confusing. I'm not sure what happened.
So Short gets credit for the basket, and he's at the line for the three-point play. Short with 6 points. He can make it 7 with the free throw here. And he nails it. And it makes it 35-17 as we had 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Gunn, top of the key, goes down low. He finds Aaron Etherington cutting baseline, and it's an easy bucket for Southeastern.
There's another easy one for those HSC bigs.
Right side is up and good by Joe Doherty as he hits the three. So Doherty's three makes it 37-20 with 2:12 left to go in this first half. They'll swing it around. This is Austin Holsom with the basketball. They'll send it back out top to Connor Roderman. Roderman looking around to get around a gun screen. Now drives right side of the lane, and a whistle. And a timeout's going to be called by Southeastern's Brian Satterfield. A 30-second timeout with 2 minutes and 1 second remaining in this first half. Southeastern leads by 17. Their biggest lead has been 19. And right now for Avon, they're just not getting good looks at the Southeastern end. Credit the Southeastern defense. And on the other side right now, we're seeing a lot of good low post play, a lot of good baseline back cuts. And right now the Royals are finding those open players.
We talked about at the beginning of this game and before about the play of the guards in this game and how we're going to see a big matchup between Avon's guards and HSC's guards. While the HSC guards have played well and definitely better than Avon's guards has, it's really been the story of the bigs, the HSC bigs in this game, just dominating each side of the court, being able to score, being able to play defense effectively. Right now, Zach Gunn and the others are having their way right now in this game.
Zach Gunn with 13 points. Connor Roderman with 7. Aaron Etherington with 6. As it is the Royals big men doing a number. Royals have the basketball. They lead by 17 with 1:55 left to go in the first half. Here's Roderman on a drive. Layup no good. There's Zach Gunn following it up, getting the bucket and drawing the foul.
Sometimes you're able to see a little guy stuff a big guy, but on that move, there's no way Short could have stopped the Gun under the basket.
Andrew Short will be hit with a personal. Gun at the line to try to complete the three-point play. He came in weak side to get that putback, and he completes the three-point play. 16 points for Zach Gunn in this first half. And it's the biggest lead of the night for Southeastern at 20, at 40-20, with a minute 44 left to go and a whistle and a foul as Short gets into the front court.
You know, same goes the other way. If a big goes up and try to guard a guard at the half-court line, not going to happen either. Just one step too many. Tried to play with his hands that time. Just didn't work out. Easy foul on Etherington that time.
It's the 17th foul against Southeastern, so the bonus is now in effect for Avon. And at the line shooting the 1-and-1 will be Andrew Short. Short 1 for 1 from the free throw line. He has 7 points in the contest. And the free throw's no good. Skying is Etherington. He gets the rebound, leaves it to Roderman. Roderman goes left side to Holtzum. Holtzum down in the corner. It's Chaz Birchfield now into the game. Skip pass to Nick Bowman, who entered the contest for Coach Brian Satterfield. Nice move to the cup. He gets the bucket, and the lead's now to 22 with a minute 21 as Avon gets it into the front court. Driving with the basketball, Joe Doherty backs it out. He finds Loudon at the free throw line and a nice turnaround jumper.
Good look,
from Evan
good
Loudon.
pass, good shot. Good job that time, Avon Oriole offense.
We're approaching the 1 minute mark left to go in the first half. Avon trails by 20 at 42-22. We are now under a minute. Nick Bowman in. He drives, goes to the right side. Holtzum has to give the ball up to Chaz Birchfield, and Birchfield will give it up to Etherington. The sophomore spins in the lane, right-hand floater, shot no good. Birchfield with a rebound, and he's going to earn a trip to the line as the foul's going to be called. Birchfield snuck in between 3 Orioles, and he came away with the basketball, and he's going to earn a trip to the line. Zion Davis will be called for his first personal. It is the 17th foul. Birchfield, though, at the line with 2 free throws, his first of the night. He hits the first. Aaron Etherington and Cotter Roderman will depart for Hamilton Southeastern, as into the lineup will be Aaron Shank and also Jack Habigger. Second free throw from Birchfield. That one's short off the rim, and Avon comes away with a rebound as Zion Davis sends it up to Andrew Short. He was way too far into the basket. Royals with numbers, and taking it all the way himself was Chaz Birchfield. He drives right side of the lane, gets the bucket, and draws the foul.
Yeah, the Orioles don't have any of their starters on the court, but no problem in trying to get to the ball on this one.
Kyle Blanc will be hit with his second personal, 18th. And they'll say it's the 9th team foul against Avon, and Birchfield tries to convert the three-point play, unable to do so. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Southeastern with 31.9 seconds remaining in the first half, and Southeastern out to an impressive 23-point advantage here in this first half. A 2-1-2 look in the press. Short gets it into the front court for Avon, and a blocking foul is going to be called. I believe it's going to go against Austin Holtzum, which would be his second. And it will be the 18th foul against Southeastern. That'll send Short to the line for the 1-on-1. So Short at the line. He has 7 points for Avon. And the first free throw no good, so he will not get the bonus as Birchfield has the rebound. And 18 seconds remain in this first half of play. All Hamilton Southeastern here in the first half. They led 21-9 at the end of first quarter, and now they lead 45-22. Skip pass into the corner. Holtzum backs it up, a 3 with 3 seconds left on the clock. He drains it, and that is how the first half is going to end, as Austin Holtzman drains the 3 at the buzzer. And at the half, Hamilton Southeastern will lead the Avon Orioles by the score of 48-22. When we come back, Lee Briesla and I will talk about what we saw in this first half and take a look around the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. You're listening to the Westside Plumbing's presentation of Hendricks County High School basketball on 98.9 FM WYRZ.
Kurt David checking in, and join me after the game tonight for Taking You Back, playing the best of the 80s, right here on 98.9 FM, WYRZ.
Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air offers residential heating and air conditioning maintenance, repair, and replacement, and serve all of Hendricks County and West Indianapolis. Their phone number is 317-445-8399. More information can be found at westsideplumbing.net and their Facebook page by searching for Westside Plumbing.
This Sunday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., WYRZ will be broadcasting live from the 5th Annual Everyday Superheroes Cook-Off at the Hendricks County Fairgrounds. If you can't see us there in person, you can hear us live on the air on 98.9 FM or WYRZ.org. Underwriters for this live remote are the Kevin Kersey Farmers Agency in Brownsburg and David Dan's Carpenter Realty in Avon. This Saturday at 10 a.m., it's the 100 Greatest Christmas Songs of All Time, hosted by game show legend Wink Martindale and presented by Changes Home Care in Avon.
Here you'll find music, magic, and memories, a lifetime of Yuletide treasures gathered in one big evergreen special for the very first time. You'll hear the stories behind the songs, plus holiday greetings from nearly 160 stars. From Madonna to Fleetwood Mac, Mariah Carey to the Bee Gees, Elvis to all the Beatles, plus
Steve Miller,
Anne Murray,
Eddie Money,
Gloria Estefan,
Tony Bennett,
Michael Bolton,
Pee Wee Herman,
and many, many more. I'm Wink Martindale, ready to present the 100 greatest Christmas hits of all time.
That's this Saturday, starting at 10 a.m., presented by Changes Home Care in Avon. It's the 100 Greatest Christmas Hits of All Time, hosted by game show legend Wink Martindale. And it's only right here on 98.9 FM, WYRZ.
It's Rob Kendall inviting you to join me every weeknight at 7 as the Kevin Kersey Agency presents Central Indiana Today. Stay up to date on the latest with government, big events, and community service organizations as they interview newsmakers throughout the area. And each program is archived for any time listening at our website, wyrz.org. The Kevin Kersey Agency presents Central Indiana Today, weeknights at 7 on 98.9 WYRZ.
Ivy Tech Community College is a supporter of WYRZ Sports Broadcast. Ivy Tech offers an associate's degree, or students can transfer to a four-year school and earn a bachelor's degree. You have choices. More information can be found at ivytech.edu or at 888-IVY-LINE.
WYRZ.
Back at Hamilton Southeastern High School, the Avon Orioles find themselves on the short end of the stick. After one half of play, they trail Southeastern by the score of 48-22. Alongside Lee Brees, I'm Brian Scott. It is halftime, and we'll take a quick pause to talk about what we saw in this first half. And Lee, it really has been a story that Southeastern simply has been a little too much offense, a little too much hustle, and a little too good offensive efficiency for Avon.
Yeah, you know, we saw a good showing last week by the Orioles against Plainfield, executing both sides of the court, had a good offense, had a good defense, and arguably, in terms of Avon's offense, you know, in my opinion, had they played good defense, this would easily be less than a 10-point game. 48 points at halftime in terms of offense for a high school team is definitely above average. I think if the Orioles are really struggling to match up with the Orioles' big Zach Gunn and Etherington both having their way on either end, both have a slam tonight, actually, in fact. Orioles do have big men who can play down low, but not the kind of like Zach Gunn. Rebounds, defense, a lot of the time it's just presence that really makes a difference in terms of a big man. And having a guy who can play in the post allows you as an offense, especially for HSE, to play inside out. And when you're playing with a press or you're playing strong defense and you're able to use transition, being able to drive it in and dump it off to a big, or being able to pass in and pass out or dump off to a big to a drive, it's definitely a huge advantage in terms of offensive power. Right now, for the Avon Orioles, a lot of the guards are trying to drive in directly toward the basket, not being able to get over the Orioles' bigs, trying to kick it out, and not having an awareness of where their guys are on the floor, just spelling turnover after turnover for the Orioles offense. I'd love to see the Orioles come out in the second half ready to hustle, ready to stop defenders also as well. There's a lot of foul calls that are just a lack of hustle and a lack of ability to move your feet on defense. A lot of reaching calls. But actually, it was surprisingly HSU got in the bonus there towards the end of the half. Brian?
Southeastern, they've just simply been able to do pretty much whatever they've wanted to do inside. And one of the things that Coach Brian Satterfield, I'm sure, is pleased at halftime is the number of baseline cuts, backdoor cuts, weak side help on rebounding, second chance baskets, just simply being able to move the ball very efficiently. They scored 21 points in the first quarter, 27 points in the second quarter, and at the half they're also 9 of 11 from the free throw line. So they're making their free throws when they get to the line. They're also doing a very good job getting very easy baskets, whether it's simple drives in the lane or baseline cuts. Their guards are finding their shooters, the guards are finding the playmakers, and Zach Gunn leads all scorers at the half with 16 points. Let's give you a quick rundown of stats here in the first half. First, for Hamilton Southeastern, leading all scorers with 16 points is Zach Gunn. He is also 5 of 5 from the free throw line, and top it off, he's hit 1 3 already in this basketball game. Connor Rotterman has 7 points, 6 points for Aaron Etherington, 5 points from Chaz Birchfield, as well as Jack Davidson. We saw 3 points off the bench from Austin Holzen. He hit that big 3 as the buzzer sounded to end the first half. A bucket from Nick Bowman, Noah Smith, and Zach Muchner also have 2 points in the game for Hamilton Southeastern. And Hamilton Southeastern, as I mentioned, 9 of 11 from the free throw line, and they hit 3 3-point baskets in that first half. For the Avon Orioles, they're looking for offense. They're having to rely on their senior guard, Andrew Short, to provide as much as possible. He has 7 points in the contest, but not getting a whole lot of help. Normally, Jason Young's been able to rely on his senior guard, Gavin Collier, for points, especially from behind the arc. But Collier got hit with his third personal foul early in that second quarter. He had to sit for the rest of the half. He has no points in this basketball game. 4 points for Zion Davis, 3 points each for Kyle Blunk and Joe Doherty. 2 points for Zach Reinhardt, 4 points for Zion Davis, 2 points for Evan Loudon. And Dalen Willis-Sharpe has a bucket, a point. The Orioles from the free throw line, only 2 of 5. They didn't get to the line at all in the first quarter, getting all of those in the second quarter. They have hit a pair of threes in this basketball game. Let's quickly take a rundown of what's happening in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. Tonight is the conference opener for many teams in the HCC. Looking back at last week, of course, Avon defeated Plainfield 80-69 on Wednesday. Brownsburg, they dropped their opener to Lawrence Central 62-46. Avon played on Saturday, as did the Brownsburg Bulldogs. Avon picked up the win at Mooresville 52-42, while Brownsburg bounced back after that season-opening loss to beat Fort Wayne South on the road 89-61. Noblesville, they lost a squeaker Saturday to Howe 48-47. Westfield played on Tuesday. They fell to Pendleton Heights 58-53. And on Wednesday, Fishers beat Manual 78-68. In the league tonight, Avon, of course, is here at Hamilton Southeastern. Fishers is at Noblesville, and Westfield is at Zionsville. Action tomorrow, Fishers will be in Wisconsin in the Beloit Memorial. Hamilton Southeastern is making a trip to Hillsboro, Ohio to play in the Lakota tournament. Brownsburg will be at home tomorrow night facing North Putnam, and Zionsville is at home facing Western Boone. Quickly, let's take a look at some of the other Hendricks County schools in the Mid-State. Plainfield starts their season 0-1 after the loss to Avon last Wednesday. They are in action tonight at Whiteland. In the Sagamore Conference, Danville and Tri-West both got off to season-opening wins. And tonight, Danville's at Mooresville while Tri-West is hosting Western Boone. Cascade starts the season 2-1. After losing their season opener, they went to the Covington tournament, the Beef House Classic, and actually came away the champion of that contest. They beat Delphi in game 1, 51-20, and Covington in the championship game, 62-58. And finally, the Patriots of Bethesda Christian start their season off 2-0. They defeated Covenant Christian and then Indiana Deaf last night by the score of 84-49. That's a look at some of the Hendricks County schools as we get ready for second half action. And Lee, if you're Jason Young, you've been in that locker room. What can you come out and tell to your young team about how to handle this Hamilton Southeastern offense?
If you felt like you gave 100% in that half, I need you to give me 200%. If you felt like you're able to sprint up and down the court, I need you to run 2 times faster. If you feel like you got in front of that offensive player on defense, I need you to make sure you get in front of him the next time. Just a lot of opportunities Avon missed to really make this game tighter. Like you said, Collier didn't score in the first half, and they usually rely heavily on him. Expect him to have a bigger impact in this half.
Avon will have the basketball moving right to left. They're wearing the gold uniforms with the black trim, while Southeastern in the home whites with the royal blue numerals and trim. We'll get to the lineups in a minute. Looks like it'll be Short, Loudon, Davis, Reinhardt, and Collier to start the second half. Collier with 3 fouls and no points. Driving right side, leaving it off the glass is Davis. His shot's no good. Southeastern quickly out front. Connor Ottoman from the feed from Noah Berry. And the Royals pick up right where they left off in the first half, as Rotterman's bucket makes it a 50-22 game to begin the third quarter.
He just sprinted straight past all of the Oriole defense. No hustle, no wanting to get back on defense that time by the Orioles.
Andrew Short, though, comes back with a nice baseline reverse wraparound to get the bucket. They'll come back the other way as Etherington tried to lay it up for Zach Gunn. It was poked out of bounds by Avon. The Royals start the second half. Aaron Etherington, Zach Gunn, Connor Rotterman, Noah Berry, and Jack Davidson. That's the starting five that Brian Satterfield put on the course for the beginning of this contest. Southeastern with the ball. They lead 50-24. Davidson's three from the near corner. That's short, and we're going to have an over and back as Aaron Etherington tried to go for the rebound, but he climbed over the back of Gavin Collier, and he's going to get called for the foul.
You know, I want to say something. When the ball went out of bounds that time, Davis he was hesitant to save it, and the good thing he didn't. You never want to save the ball into your opponent's basket. It never spells well for yourself.
Here comes Short going all the way. Right-hand floater, no good. Gunn gets the rebound, and here comes Southeastern the other way. They find a wide open underneath the basket, Connor Rotterman, and that's been the story of this basketball game, is the Royals getting behind the Avon defense and finding easy baskets underneath the baseline, on the baseline underneath the hoop. Evan Loudon picks up his dribble. He feeds right side, gets it to Dalen Willis-Sharpe, who's now in. And Loudon will get it from the left wing. His shot no good. Willis-Sharpe with the rebound. He'll back it out. 6:24 left to go third quarter, 52-24. That's our score. It's Short. Gets the basketball, drives in the lane, and he will lose it. They'll say it went off of a Royal, as Short drove right down the middle of the lane, but poked out of bounds. And Dalen Willis-Sharpe will inbound from the baseline underneath the Oriole basket. Orioles moving right to left here in this third quarter of play. They trail 52-24. And now a 5-second violation. Dalen Willis-Sharpe, he had nowhere to go. Good job on the inbounds from Avon, and he gets called for 5.
You know, I don't think Willis-Sharpe is usually the guy who passes the ball and didn't have an awareness of what to do in that situation.
Rotterman inbounds. He finds Noah Berry cutting, but Noah Berry couldn't get a hold of the basketball. Sharp had it. He lost the basketball. Davidson's shot's no good, but Aaron Etherington's followed up. And right now, Avon just looking like they're just watching a lot of the Royals as they go by. A bump as Loudon drives to the hoop into the lane. A bump with Jack Davidson. And we'll say a foul occurred on the floor. And it'll go against Davidson, his second. And it is the second team foul against Southeastern. They inbound, and Short throws it away right into the hands of Davidson. He gives it to Rotterman. Rotterman to Etherington, and Etherington found Zach Gunn driving in the lane, and there were just 4 Royals that touched that basketball, and Zach Gunn finishes it off with his 18th point.
If your tallest guy on the court is 6'4", you just can't compete with that. Etherington dumped it right off to Zach Gunn, and that was an easy layup. Little guys are trying to stop him in the lane, almost at end zone. Started to stop him in the lane that time, and every time that's going to be a foul. You just can't compete if you're under 6 feet tall against a guy who's almost 7 foot.
Gunn completes the three-point play as Dalen Willis-Sharpe is hit with the personal. It's now a 57-24 basketball game as Avon trails. Loudon gives it left side into the hands of Joe Doherty. He loses the basketball. Etherington on the outlet flushes it with 2 hands. 10 points for Aaron Etherington.
If you're an HSC fan, keep in mind that Etherington is a sophomore.
This is a high-scoring offense. It was last year. It looks to be again this year as Loudon tried to make a move, and he just ran right into Aaron Etherington. Etherington will pick up the foul, and if that is Etherington's, that will be his third. And it's the third team foul against Southeastern, and triggering the inbound will be Zion Davis. He looks, he'll throw it into the backcourt to Dalen Willis-Sharpe. 59-24, all HSE with 5:05 left to go third quarter. Avon, who looked so good against Plainfield and had a good game against Mooresville, find themselves being blown out of the gym here at Southeastern as the reach in as Davidson pokes it away from the hands of Gavin Collier, but the Orioles will keep possession.
You know, last week at Plainfield, Collier just couldn't miss a shot, but tonight he hasn't even been able to find a shot.
They'll trigger the inbound. This is Loudon. Because right now, Coach Jason Young would just be happy to see his team run a good offensive set.
Oh, there you go.
Driving right side baseline. Willis-Sharpe, no good. Might have been blocked by Barry. Here's Gunn.
Oh.
Gunn has it poked away. Orioles have numbers. Here's Loudon, and he will simply lay it up and in. Didn't want to do anything fancy, just wanted to get points as Loudon gets his fourth point of the ball game, only the fourth point for Avon in this quarter. They trail 59-26. Bounce pass finds Connor Rotterman. His 8-foot floater's no good. Avon with a rebound, and Loudon brings it into the front court. He will race, lay it up off the glass, and a nice little scoop move by Evan Loudon.
You know, as we get later into this third quarter, the pace of the game is starting to slow down a little bit, and that's beneficial to Avon.
59-28. We're under 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Royals with a basketball. They send it out. Davidson's three from the top of the key is up. It is good. Jack Davidson with his second three-point basket of the contest. He has 8 points, and it's 62-28 in favor of Southeastern with 3:40 left to go in this third quarter. Royals now showing a bit of a 1-3-1 zone. They'll send it to the corner. 3-ball from Collier. He finally is on the scoreboard.
It's easy once you get him open.
Royals went to a bit of a 1-3-1 zone. They found Collier all alone in the far corner, and Collier drains the three for his first points of the night. Substitutions for Jason Young. Andrew Short, it will come in, as will Zach Reinhardt. Meanwhile, Zion Davis and Dalen Willis-Sharpe will depart with 3:19 left to go third quarter. 62-31, a 31-point lead for Southeastern. They get the ball into the hands of Davidson. Out top, Etherington's three, rims out. Gunn with a rebound and a putback. Just out-muscled everybody underneath the cup, and he gets the rebound. He has 21 points.
I don't credit Gunn with the rebound that time. That time there just wasn't any Oriole that wanted to box out. All standing there watching them see what the ball was going to do. No box outs.
Loudon's shot was no good, but the Orioles get the rebound, and Andrew Short is able to hit the three from the left wing. He has 12 points. 64-34 is our score. Noah Berry skip pass and throws it over the head of even Brian Satterfield over there at the Royals bench. And the turnover gives the ball back to Avon. For the most part, Hamilton Southeastern's done a very good job of keeping a control of the basketball. They had some early turnover difficulties to start this game as Short has this shot blocked from behind by Noah Berry. But Avon will keep control of the orange, and Noah Smith, he'll have to depart as entering the lineup is Austin Holzman for Brian Satterfield. Short, bounce pass, gets it into Loudon. Loudon turnaround jumper in front of the free throw line. No good. Etherington clears the rebound for Southeastern. 64-34, 2:20 left to go third quarter. As Rotterman dribbles, he'll send it left side. This is into the hands of Davidson to Holzman, down low to Gunn.
Oh, man.
Gunn back to Davidson, drives in the lane. Right-hand runner is up and good. Little scoop, I actually say scoop layup, but an easy bucket for Davidson. And here's a steal. Aaron Etherington gets the steal, gets the bucket. And the Orioles are once again caught just watching. And the Royals get the turnover and the bucket on the steal. It's now 68-34. Collier's turnaround jumper right at the elbow, no good. And Loudon trying to feed to Zach Reinhardt. Maybe thought Reinhardt was going to come to the other side of the basket, throws it away, and the turnover gives the ball back to Southeastern as Austin Etherington and Zach Gunn. And also, Connor Rotterman will take a seat. Into the lineup is Aaron Shank, Austin Bircham, or Chaz Birchfield, excuse me. As into the front court. Etherington actually stays on the court. As this is Davidson with the basketball, he simply drives around several Orioles and gets the bucket. He's got 12 points. Andrew Short comes the other way, and right now he feels like he has to do it all by himself. His shot's no good, but they're going to keep possession of the basketball with 1:08 left to go in the third quarter. All Hamilton Southeastern 70-34. Jack Habiger back into the lineup for the Royals as Davidson departs. Short looking to inbound, still looking, and another 5-second call. Second time that the Orioles have been called for that.
You know, I don't think Short's usually a guy who passes in the ball in either. Again, I think that was poor awareness. Didn't have an idea of what that situation was like.
70-34 as kick ball now is trying to bring it into the front court was Habiger, and the ball will remain in possession of Southeastern with 61 seconds remaining in this third quarter. A 36-point lead for Hamilton Southeastern as they have 70 points. And now a whistle and a foul on the inbound. I think they're going to get a blocking foul. Chaz Birchfield will be called for his first personal, the fourth team foul. So now the turnover gives the ball back to Avon as we go under a minute left to go in the third quarter. Avon trails 70-34. With the basketball, Doherty, he goes left side. Collier's three from the left wing is up and good.
It's easy once you get them open. If only they had that kind of offense in the first half.
Collier gets the three. Royals with the basketball, skip pass over the top. Etherington feeds down low to Birchfield. Birchfield splits a pair of Orioles, but his shot is left short. And now here's a steal. Short had his pocket pick. As Holsom got the steal, Birchfield got the basket. 72-37, 20 seconds remain. Long-range three by Loudon, no good, and now a whistle. And a foul is going to be called against Aaron Etherington as he pushed off getting the rebound. That'll be his fourth. Team foul number 5. 16.9 seconds remain in a game that has pretty much got the Southeastern crowd rather quiet as they lead 72-37. Etherington will depart, and into the lineup, Zach Munchner for Brian Satterfield. Orioles get the inbound pass to Kyle Blanc. He'll get the ball back from the corner. His three no good, and as Habiger goes up for the rebound, we'll have a whistle and a foul. And that's going to go against Dalen Willis-Sharpe, his second. It's only the second team foul against Avon. But quite frankly, they have not been in position to get a lot of rebounds or make a lot of plays. Here's a steal. Willis-Sharpe, good hands, pops it to Collier, back to Short. Three on the way. It's up and good by Andrew Short. His second three as the clock expires here in the third quarter. But for Avon, well, they find themselves down by 32 points. We'll head to the fourth and final quarter here as Westside Plumbing presents Hendricks County Basketball on WYRZ. Southeastern leads Avon 72-40. Back after this on WYRZ. Join me, Brian Scott, weekday mornings from 7 to 10 on 98.9 FM WYRZ for the Morning Drive. A little news, traffic, sports, WYRZ meteorologist Paul Poteet's weather forecast, and a whole lot of great upbeat music to get your day started off on the right foot. It's the Morning Drive, weekday mornings from 7 to 10 right here on the solid gold voice of Hendricks County, 98.9 FM WYRZ.
This Saturday at 10 a.m., it's the 100 Greatest Christmas Songs of All Time, hosted by game show legend Wink Martindale and presented by Changes Home Care in Avon.
Here you'll find music, magic, and memories, a lifetime of Yuletide treasures gathered in one big evergreen special for the very first time. You'll hear the stories behind the songs, plus holiday greetings from nearly 160 stars. From Madonna to Fleetwood Mac, Mariah Carey to the Bee Gees, Elvis to all the Beatles, plus
Steve Miller,
Anne Murray,
Eddie Money,
Gloria Estefan,
Tony Bennett,
Michael Bolton,
Pee Wee Herman,
and many, many more. I'm Wink Martindale, ready to present the 100 greatest Christmas hits of all time.
That's this Saturday starting at 10 a.m. Presented by Changes Home Care in Avon. It's the 100 greatest Christmas hits of all time, hosted by game show legend Wink Martindale. And it's only right here on 98.9 FM WYRZ.
Alongside Lee Breeze, I'm Brian Scott. Fourth quarter underway as Dalen Willis-Sharpe commits the personal foul. It's his third team foul against the Orioles, who trail Hamilton Southeastern by the score 72-40. Southeastern with the basketball. Driving is Austin Holzman. His runner's no good. Putback is no good by Birchfield, and Collier has the rebound for Avon. Been a very, very tough night for these Orioles against the Southeastern offensive juggernaut, as Dalen Willis-Sharpe, he loses the basketball, is able to get it back. He'll turn around. His corner jumper's no good. Gavin Collier with a rebound. His putback's no good. And finally, Aaron Schenk will pull down the rebound for Southeastern. Southeastern with the basketball. They lead 72-40. Birchfield with the basketball will set the lineups here in a second. He'll drive in the lane with the right hand. The runner no good. He'll get his own rebound, and just simply nobody to block him off the from away from the offensive rebound. He has 9 points, and it's 74-40. A 34-point lead as the Orioles have the basketball. They try to make an entry pass. Birchfield gets the steal. He sends it ahead. And there with the layup is Aaron Schenk with his first bucket of the night. And it extends the lead to 36.
It's amazing. Avon Orioles have their starting lineup out there, while HSC's put in the backup squad. All five of their lineup right now is non-starters, and still Orioles just cannot compete.
Right now, Andrew Short is the extent of the offense for Avon as Aaron Schenk gets his second bucket. Short has 17 points, but Avon trails 78-42. Here's a three by Collier from the corner. That's short. Rebound comes out, and a whistle as a couple of players end up on the deck. And this one looks like it's going to go against Avon's Zion Davis.
You know, I got to say, whatever Brian Satterfield's doing to develop his program, be that at the middle school level, at the freshman level, the JV level with camps and whatnot, he's doing a good job. Because right now, every person on the HSC is contributing to this game. Every person on there is hustling. Every person on there feels confident out there on the floor. Good job by Brian Satterfield by producing not just a good team, a good lineup out here tonight, but definitely a good overall organization in the HSC. And HSC has a long history of having good basketball teams. But, I mean, all their starters have been sitting for the last couple minutes. And right now, HSC Royals still have been going on a run. Orioles is not able to compete even with the B squad here out here up at HSC.
And that's going to be something, if you're a Hamilton Southeastern fan, that's going to be a really good sign all season long. This is a very deep team. They are bringing kids off the bench that are, as Lee says, they're competing with the first-teamers of Avon and still able to pull away a little bit as they've outscored Avon 6-2 to begin this fourth quarter, and they've pushed the lead to 78-42. Zach Gunn leads all scorers with 21 points, but I'll be surprised if he sees any action here in this fourth quarter. Seeing some pressure by Avon. The Southeastern gets it into the front court. Almost loses the basketball, does Jack Habiger, but they get it to Birchfield in the corner. Birchfield drives, tries to throw it up. We're going to get a held ball, as I believe getting a hand on that was Zach Reinhardt. Possession error favors the Orioles, so they get a catch a break, but they trail 78-42 with 5:44 left to go in this basketball game. Short spins in the lane, little scoop layup, no good. Rebound cleared by Zach Muchner. Habiger brings it into the front court. Three ball from Holzman is good from the left wing. Holzman's only other bucket was a 3 to close out the first half. That's his second 3, and we're down on a 40-point lead, 39-point lead for Southeastern, and they're looking to extend it. Holzman, bounce pass, he finds Muchner driving, no good. Birchfield gets the rebound, turnaround jumper, no good. And Birchfield just kind of snuck behind 3 Orioles to grab the rebound, and he's going to make a trip to the line. Zion Davis will pick up his 3rd personal 15 foul, and Chaz Birchfield is at the line where he's 1 of 2 tonight. He'll get a pair of free throws. He nails the first one. He now has double digits in points with 10, and it's a 40-point Southeastern lead with 5:14 left to go in the basketball game. Second free throw is up. It's good. Nick Bowman will re-enter the lineup for Birchfield. Again, Birchfield leaves with 11 points. And Andrew Short is going to depart for head coach Jason Young, as it looks like Coach Young might be getting some of his younger players in. Joe Doherty's now in. Evan Loudon did return. And they will feed left side to Zion Davis. Nathan Werner in. He has the ball, and the jumper from the right elbow rattles around. And Werner, the freshman, gets it to drop. His first points of the night. 83-44. That's our score here at Hamilton Southeastern High School. 4:44 left to go in this contest. Driving baseline, they'll wave off the shot from Nick Bowman, as we'll have once again a foul called against Avon. It'll be a very long bus ride back to Avon High School tonight. Foul was called against Doherty, his first, team foul number 6. And steal by Loudon, who lost it out of bounds. And Southeastern will inbound from right in front of the scorer's table across from us in the front court. Shank to trigger the inbound. He'll throw it into the backcourt into the hands of Muchner. Muchner gives it off right side. This is Habiger from the right wing, drives in the lane, jump step, comes up with a left hand. Nice little move, and Habiger, he gets into the scoring column with a couple of points on the bucket, and it's a 41-point lead for Southeastern.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
85-44, and we are not halfway through the fourth quarter yet. Driving left side, Zion Davis, he's cut off. He'll have to send it back out. Here's a 3-ball on the way, shot no good by Doherty. And coming away with a loose ball is Muchner on the rebound. Bowman feeds right side to Habiger, who drives, throws it out. Was trying to cut Muchner. Muchner hobbling just a little bit. Saving the basketball was Holzman, and the Royals maintain possession, up 85-44. Here's a 3, left wing on the way, up and good by Nick Bowman.
Royals just getting whatever they want right now, anything they want.
88-44, and here's a foul, and they're going to call a player control foul against Evan Loudon, as getting good position underneath was Zach Muchner. For Loudon, his 3rd personal, 17th foul, no free throws. And we're going to see the big 7'1" center, Mabor Majak, make his appearance. He is a freshman from the Sudan. He is playing here in the United States under a program that brings players over. As timeout called briefly, and now time's back in. They bring players over to get a good education, learn how to play basketball, and the big 7'1" freshman is now into the game for Hamilton Southeastern, and he's looking for the entry pass as Southeastern sends it around. This is Bowman, left side, gets around him by Jock's screen, but has the shot blocked by Zach Reinhardt, and they'll say the ball belongs to Southeastern. Ever have to play against anybody that's about 7'1"?
You know, Zach Gunn is actually the tallest guy I had ever had to guard when I was a high school basketball player. 7'1", I just can't imagine. No, it would be no contest for me.
Turnaround jumper, Majak. That's off the glass, no good. And the rebound, as on the court, was Nick Bowman. And to see a Royal on the court, as Bowman's actually going to be hit with the foul trying to get to the basketball. This is a 16 foul against Southeastern. The Royals have doubled up the Avon Orioles 88-44. 3:04 remains, and now here's a steal by Bowman. He'll take it to the other end of the court and lay it in up off the glass. And the Royals still being opportunistic, getting the hands up, hustling on both ends of the court. It's now 90-44. Here's a three on its way from the right side. Shot no good by Zion Davis. Getting the rebound was Reinhardt. He gets it to short. Actually, it was Joe Doherty with the three. Short almost lost it. He puts up the three. High arcing shot, no good. Reinhardt tried to save the rebound, but it goes off his hands out of bounds. And Southeastern will have the basketball. More substitutions as Holtzum and Zach Muchner depart. It will be Nick Bowman, Jack Habiger, Chaz Birchfield, Aaron Shank, and Mabor Majak, the 5 on the floor for Brian Satterfield. Driving left side, Shank, left side, and lays it in with the left hand. Shank with 6 points, 92-44, 2:08 left to go. Orioles try to move it around the perimeter, and now a whistle as trying to cut baseline on that play was Nathan Vernon. And Jack Habiger will be called for the personal. It's the 17th foul against Southeastern, so the 1-and-1 is now in effect. 2:01 left to go in the ball game, 92-44. And Vernon at the line. He has a bucket, 1-and-1 in effect, misses the free throw, and the rebound is controlled by Aaron Shank of Southeastern. Under 2 minutes left to go in a game that's been controlled by Southeastern pretty much since the opening tip. Here's a three on the way. Shot no good by Jack Habiger. And Avon's Joe Doherty will control the loose ball and be fouled, and we'll go to the other end to shoot some free throws.
All right, HSC, you got about 1 minute and 45 seconds. You have 92 points. Can you make it to 100?
The foul went against Aaron Shank. That's his second. So we'll head to the other end of the court, and free throws are on the way as the first 1-and-1 is no good by Doherty. Majak had the rebound, and here comes Southeastern with 1:37 up 92-44. They feed the big fella. A little far away from the basket. He throws it back out. So swinging around to the right side. They look to get it to Majak, and a kick ball is Bowman. They want to get the ball into the big fella. He has yet to score a basket from the field. In his first game at Muncie Central, he scored all his points from the free throw line in the varsity game, and they're still looking for him to get his first bucket from the field. They'll inbound the ball to Shank at the free throw line, kicks it out. Birchfield thinks about a three. We're down to 1:20 left to go in this basketball game. Here's Majak back to the basket, near side, goes in the lane, and he is stripped as he puts the ball down too low. Driving the other way and not getting the layup was Joe Doherty. Royals get the rebound, and they outlet. Here's Birchfield from the right wing. That is up. That is good. It's a 2-point basket by Birchfield. He has 13 points, 94-44, a 50-point Southeastern advantage. And fortunately for Avon, there's only 45 seconds remaining in this contest. This is Collier, who has had a rough night to say the least. He didn't score his first points till the second half. There's a three. That's no good. Rebounded by Habiger. Here comes Southeastern the other way. And Bowman will just bring it across the timeline, and if Avon will just let him dribble it out, that is what Southeastern is going to do. Avon applying a little bit of ball pressure as we're under 18 seconds left. For the Hamilton Southeastern Royals, the second impressive performance in a row as they scored 90 points last week against Muncie Central. They will score 94 tonight in a 50-point victory over the Avon Orioles. Final score at the buzzer. Hamilton Southeastern beats Avon 94-44. We'll be back with some final totals and some final thoughts right after this This is Westside Plumbing's presentation of Hendricks County High School basketball on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Westside Plumbing Heating and Air offers residential heating and air conditioning maintenance, repair, and replacement, and serve all of Hendricks County and West Indianapolis. Their phone number is 317-445-8399. More information can be found at westsideplumbing.net and their Facebook page by searching for Westside Plumbing.
This Sunday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., WYRZ will be broadcasting live from the 5th Annual Everyday Superheroes Cook-Off at the Hendricks County Fairgrounds. If you can't see us there in person, you can hear us live on the air on 98.9 FM or WYRZ.org. Underwriters for this live remote are the Kevin Kersey Farmers Agency in Brownsburg and David Dan's Carpenter Realty in Avon.
What's right with Indiana schools? You need look no further than the outstanding music programs found in schools across our state. Open the door to any music classroom and you'll see and hear the seeds of success being sown with every note the students play or sing. Studies show these young musicians will not drop out of school, will have better school attendance, and will graduate and attend college, becoming tomorrow's doctors, lawyers, business professionals, community leaders, and teachers, the movers and shakers of a thriving society. And the social and emotional life skills they learn as a member of their school's band, choir, and orchestra, those are the keys to opening the doors of a happy and successful life after graduation and beyond. What's right with Indiana schools? Just ask anyone who's ever been a part of a school music ensemble. A public service of Rondo Works and the Indiana State School Music Association.
Kurt David checking in, and join me after the game tonight for Taking You Back, playing the best of the 80s, right here on 98.9 FM, WYRZ.
Westside Plumbing Heating and Air offers residential heating and air conditioning maintenance, repair, and replacement, and serve all of Hendricks County and West Indianapolis. Their phone number is 317-445-8399. More information can be found at westsideplumbing.net and their Facebook page by searching for Westside Plumbing. Ivy Tech Community College is a supporter of WYRZ Sports Broadcast. Ivy Tech offers an associate's degree, or students can transfer to a four-year school and earn a bachelor's degree. You have choices. More information can be found at ivytech.edu or at 888-IVY-LINE.
WYRZ.
Back at Hamilton Southeastern High School, alongside Lee Brees, I'm Brian Scott. Avon falls to the Royals of Southeastern in the HCC opener for both teams by this final score of 94-44. Southeastern jumped out to an early lead. They led 21-9 after the end of the first quarter, and while they managed to get it within 9 in the second quarter, they simply could not keep up with a very, very talented Southeastern team that had an awful lot of offensive weapons tonight. And in the end, the Orioles fall by 50 to Hamilton Southeastern. Let's give you our final stats for tonight's game. Leading all scorers with 21 points was Hamilton Southeastern's Zach Gunn. And when we take a look at the stats tonight, we're going to find 5 Royals in double figures in scoring. 13 points for Chaz Birchfield, 12 points from both Jack Davidson and Aaron Etherington. Connor Rotterman had 11 points, 7 points from Nick Bowman, 6 points each from Austin Holzman and Aaron Shank. It was 2 points each from Jack Habigger. We also saw 2 points from Noah Smith and 2 points from Zach Muchner. Only Mabor Majak, who got into the game, played but did not score. For Hamilton Southeastern, 12 of 14 from the free throw line on the night, and they scored 6 from beyond the arc. For the Avon Orioles, they were led by senior guard Andrew Shorts, 17 points, 6 points each from Evan Loudon and Gavin Collier, 4 points from Zion Davis, 3 points each from Kyle Blunk and Joe Doherty, 2 points from Zach Reinhart and Nathan Vernon, 1 point from Dalen Willis-Sharpe. The Orioles only got to the free throw line 7 times tonight, and they only made 2 of those 7 attempts. They did hit 6 3-point baskets, but in the end, just a much too potent Avon or Hamilton Southeastern Royals team. And Lee, it's one of those games that if you're Jason Young and you're making that trip, there's not a whole lot you can talk about. You can just kind of go back and say this is what we need to work on, but sometimes you just run into a little bit more talented team.
Yeah, first thing I'm going to say is, wow. I came here to HSE tonight not knowing what to expect. I knew Royals had an excellent reputation and history with basketball, but just the performance tonight says volumes about what's going to happen down the road, especially post-regular season. Should be an exciting season for the Royals. I'm excited to see what they're going to do this year. For the Orioles, if I'm Coach Jason Young, I'm thankful for the fact that we played one of the best teams I feel is in the state. It really showed the Orioles' weaknesses, really showed things that they can work on, like you said, Brian. But the other thing, too, is that they played this game early. And usually when you have a game like this, this is a game that a lot of teams will look back to and say that was a turning point in our season. There's a lot of pivot points like that for teams. They'll say they can remember specific games where everything changed from there. And I think the Orioles are going to go into practice next week hustling, doing a lot of loose ball plays, practicing moving their feet, because there was a lot of hand checking tonight, a lot of just fouls, and a lot of just balls lost due to a lack of ability to control the ball on each side of the floor. In terms of defense, the Royals just couldn't match up well with the Royals, but still a lot of fouls on the Orioles side and a lot of things they can do to improve. I think the Orioles should be very thankful they got a chance to play the HSC Royals, because I'll make a comparison to football for a second. The HCC conference has gotten significantly better at football the last couple of years, but the reason they can't compete with the MIC, I feel like, is because they never play them until sectionals or postseason time, and they don't have experience playing that kind of fast-paced offense and kind of the skill level that is the MIC teams. And we go over to basketball. If you want to compete with the best, you have to play the best often and frequently, Brian.
Southeastern with a very impressive performance tonight as they move to 2-0 on the season. Of course, they are now 1-0 in HCC conference play. Meanwhile, for the Avon Orioles, they fall now to 2-1 on the season. After winning their first two games, they dropped their HCC opener, and now they are 0-1 in Hoosier Crossroads conference action. And as I mentioned, head coach Jason Young, he's going to have to go back and take a look at some of this. Some of this, you watch Hamilton Southeastern, they have a lot of talent, especially offensively. But there are some things you can work on if you're Avon. They gave up way too many points on backdoor cuts, a lot of baseline moves, a lot of times where Avon just simply watch Hamilton Southeastern Royals either drive through the paint or come back behind them and end up getting very easy points. Those are teachable, but sometimes when you have players out there by the likes of Zach Gunn who can simply put them up points with the best of them, that young man is still undecided on what his college basketball career might entail. But again, another strong performance, 21 points coming off of a 25-point opening night, and Gunn didn't even see the floor in the fourth quarter. That's how dominant he was while he was out there. So a very strong performance by Hamilton Southeastern. The Orioles fall, and that's how we end things here in Fishers tonight. Our next broadcast of Hendricks County High School basketball, brought to you by Westside Plumbing, will be Saturday, December 10th, as we travel to Danville, as the Danville Warriors will take on the Cascade Cadets. You can listen to all the action on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Pregame show set to begin around 7:20, and then the tip-off will be set for 7:30. Meanwhile, for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals, they will be in action tomorrow night. They will be taking a trip to Hillsboro, Ohio, for a tournament there. We'll have them when they come back next Friday here through the Audio Sports Online Network when they take on North Central here at Hamilton Southeastern High School. For Lee Brees, I'm Brian Scott. Thanks for joining us tonight for high school basketball on 98.9 FM WYRZ. And once again, your final score. The Hamilton Southeastern Royals defeat the Avon Orioles by the score of 94-44. For Lee Brees, I'm Brian Scott. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on 98.9 FM WYRZ. Westside Plumbing, Heating, and Air presents Hendricks County Basketball on WYRZ. If you happen to miss a game, you can hear an archive version at WYRZ.org. We'd like to thank our underwriters of Hendricks County High School Basketball, Westside Plumbing, Heating, and Air, the Kevin Kersey Agency in Brownsburg, Propane Incorporated, Ivy Tech, and Pete Fay State Farm Insurance.